Well, as we enter the final hours of this Thanksgiving, we pay homage to the late, great Rush Limbaugh's true meaning of this national holiday, one that celebrates the Pilgrims' escape from England. By the way, a country that persecuted them for their faith. And of course, their move from their initial communal living experience in the early days of their journey to the new land to a capitalist system, which ultimately led to their survival and their success. Now, this, of course, is the real history of Thanksgiving, the one the woke left is trying to erase. Well, let's bring in the president and chief executive officer of Family Research Council, Tony Perkins. Tony, happy Thanksgiving to you. There are a lot of universities and schools around the nation that are trying to push this nonsense that Thanksgiving is a bad holiday, and we gotta talk about decolonizing. Coming out of Boston, the city council labeling the holiday the National Day of Mourning. Let's take a listen.
Story we tell of that first Thanksgiving between the Wampanoag tribe and Pilgrim colonists covers up inconvenient truths to the native population or community. Thanksgiving doesn't represent a celebration. It is a yearly haunting reminder of the devastation that was brought upon them. And it challenges us to confront the real history behind Thanksgiving and to honor the resilience of indigenous peoples who continue to lead, organize, and build community here in Boston.
All right, Tony Perkins, what do you say to all of that?
Well, they're never going to quit, Todd. They're going to continue to try to rewrite history. But the fact is, as you pointed out, we had the Pilgrims coming to this country not just as some who will give them the saying they came for the freedom of worship. They came for the freedom of religion to live their lives according to their faith. They made peace with the Indians. That first Thanksgiving, I've actually been on that spot, had a Thanksgiving dinner right there in Plymouth, where they came together with the Indians. They had that first Thanksgiving. And here's the unique thing about this, Todd, that I think we need to remember in terms of cultivating a heart of gratitude even today. That first Thanksgiving came after a winter in which half the pilgrims died. 52 of them died during that first year. And then you go fast forward to earlier in one of the breaks, you played the Proclamation from Abraham Lincoln, which was the first official Thanksgiving holiday. From that point forward, we've had this every year. That was in the middle of the Civil War. That was at a time of great crisis in this country. And of course, this is what Scripture teaches, and this is at the very heart of Thanksgiving. It is a faith filled holiday. I think that's why the left hates it so much. It's not about commercialization, it's not about buying and spending, it's about thanking God for the many, many blessings that we have.
And Tony, it's also a lesson that is not taught in the history books. It was a lesson that socialism does, in fact, fail. And when the
Right.
Pilgrims first came here, they set up what was basically a communal living. And of course, we found out that did not work, nearly destroyed the entire civilization at the time. And we learned our lesson.
We did. In fact, Todd, we have a publication on this, and we put a very short read on that first Thanksgiving. It was a time of feasting. It was a time of fun. It was a time of actually firearms, something else the left hates, as well as faith. And folks can get a copy of that. They can text the word Thanksgiving to 67742. That's Thanksgiving to 67742. If they want the real history behind Thanksgiving, which is a faith filled holiday, which celebrates the blessings of
Yeah.
God that comes from, as you pointed out, from working and sacrifice as well.
All right. Well, Tony Perkins, always good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you.